Today we are going to see basics of the circuit switching. Before that, we are seeing the concept of switching. So basically, what is meant by switching? It is very important concept in the computer network, where switching can be defined as a method by which the packets or information can be switched or can be forwarded from one device on the network to another device on the network. So if I consider the two devices wants to have a communication with each other, then it is not the case that the devices are located very nearby to each other. So there is always possibility that the both devices, they are very much away from each other, or they are having a large amount of distance in between them. So they are geographically separated from each other. So in that scenario, if A and F, if I take, A is located in Pune, F is located in Singapore, so you can consider that how much distance is there in between A to F. So here, when information has to pass from A to F, it has to traverse lot of networks and lot of intermediate devices in between these two places. So here switching is there, which is concept of switching is there for forwarding of information from various networks also, and from one device to another device. So if you take now this circuit, A is the device wants to have a communication with F. A will pass the information to the first switch on the network. First switch will pass information to second switch. Second switch will pass information to third. Third will pass to the fourth, and fourth will pass to the F device, and then F will receive this. So this passing of the information or forwarding of the information, this is nothing but called as a concept of switching. There are three types of switching mechanism: message, packet switching, and the circuit switching. Message switching is based on the concept of store and forward mechanism, where messages are received by the switches, they will be stored in the buffers and they are further forwarded. So this particular switching mechanism is rarely used in the computer network, while packet switching is very much popular and widely used, and it is used at the network layer for the switching of the packets. In this case over here, packet switching, packets are switched from one device to another device. And if I consider now circuit switching, that is the third technique, it is based on the concept of establishment of dedicated connection in between the source to destination. So we can call circuit switching as a connection oriented service also. So now we will see in detail what is the concept of circuit switching and how it works. So now we are going to see the concept of circuit switching in detail. So circuit switching is based on the concept of establishment of dedicated path in between the transmitter and receiver. There are three important phases in circuit switching. First is circuit establishment, second is data transfer, and third is the circuit disconnect. So circuit switching is based on the concept of, already I have told, that is the connection oriented service. So connection oriented service means in this case there should be establishment of connection in between the transmitter and receiver. Unless and until connection is not established, there will be no data transfer at all in between the transmitter and receiver. So if I consider the example of telephone, telephone works in the same way. So when I want to have a telephonic communication with a person, so I will just call that person, then the receiver will receive my call, then there will be establishment of connection, then receiver will speak to me, I will speak with the receiver. This is data transfer process. After our discussion, I will hang the call, disconnect the call, receiver will disconnect the call. This is the releasing the connection. So this is the way the telephone works. Similarly, circuit switching also works. So there is a establishment of end-to-end path in between the source and destination. Now I will explain this particular three phases of the circuit switching with the help of example in the next. So now we are going to see how circuit switching works with the help of this network. So here we have shown over here a network where there are two devices A and B, and there are number of switches S1 to S6. So B wants to have a communication with A. So first step in this circuit establishment is connection establishment, circuit establishment or connection establishment. So B to A, there should be a connection establishment. So first B will request a connection establishment to S6. S6 will pass this request to the S4. S4 device will pass this request to S2. S2 will pass to next node S1. S1 will pass this connection establishment request signal to A device. A will receive this connection establishment signal. Then if A device is free, it will acknowledge to the B device. Okay, this acknowledgement signal will pass to first S1 device. S1 will again pass to S2, S2 to S4, S4 will pass to S6, S6 will pass this connection establishment acknowledgement signal to B device. Then B will receive the acknowledgement signal from A, which indicates that A is ready for communication, and then after that there will be a dedicated path established in between A device and B device. So this is the first stage in circuit switching, that is connection establishment. Once the connection is established in between A to B, that is a dedicated path established in between A to B, then the resources used for this communication will be reserved. No other communication on the network can't use these reserved resources, these reserved communication links, these frequencies. All the things will be reserved, everything that is resources as well as the ports of the switches, like that way. So first step when it is done, that is connection has been established in between B to A. The next step is the data transfer. B will start to send messages to A. So first that message is passed to S6, S6 to S4, S4 to S2, S2 to S1 and S1 to A. In this way, whatever information B wants to send to A device, it will send continuously, and the process of data transfer will go on continuously. Once when the data transfer finishes, then B can send a request release signal to the A device, that is data transfer has been done, now connection can be released, and B will send the request for connection release to the A device, and A will also release the connection after data transfer process has been done. Now here if there is a connection still established in between B to A, okay, connection is there present in between B to A, there is a dedicated path still in between B to A, and there is no data transfer for B device to send to A, okay, but as there is a dedicated path, still that particular resources, that frequencies, all they will be reserved, they are dedicated, they can't be used by any other device on the network. Why? Because they have been already reserved by the B to A communication. So here problem is that once the connection is established in between B to A, all the resources are reserved for that particular communication. If there is no data for transfer on this particular that communication link from B to A or A to B, if there is no data for transfer, that is channel is ideal, there is no data transmission happening on the line, still the resources or the communication links, they will not be used by any other transmission device on the network. This is one of the problem of the circuit switching, and it is a disadvantage or drawback of the circuit switching. So we can sum up the basic of circuit switching, like there are three important stages. First is connection establishment, then second is data transfer, and third is the connection release. First, connection establishment request is sent by B to A, then B will acknowledge to B will send request to A will acknowledge to B. After acknowledgement, connection is established. Second step, B will send data to A device continuously. When all data transfer is finished and B wish to release the connection, B will send a release request signal to A. A will also release the connection, B will also release the connection, and in this way communication will done in the circuit switching. So there are some disadvantages and advantages of circuit switching that we will see in the next slide. One of the important advantage is the dedicated channel. So channel is dedicated for the said communication for a particular amount of time. Unless and until the transmitter and receiver they will not release the connection, data transfer will go on. Then if there is no data transfer, still the channel connection is dedicated, fixed bandwidth is there, also data transfer rate is also fixed. So these are the advantages. While if I consider disadvantages, it requires considerable amount of time for the connection establishment process, approximately 10 seconds. So it is a huge amount of time, it is wasted actually in establishment of connection. So this is one of the important drawback of the circuit switching. It is more expensive than other techniques. Then wastage of capacity if no data is there for transmission, because if there is no data for transfer, still that particular link, communication links, the frequency, the switches, they are already reserved, so no other device can't use this particular resources. So capacity of the channel is wasted, then channel capacity is wasted, resources are also wasted. So these are the important drawbacks of the circuit switching. So this is about the basics of circuit switching and how it works. So thank you very much.